The Mick Donato Show starts now.
Hey folks, welcome back for another episode of the Mick Donato Show. I'm your host, Mick Donato. Glad you're here. Getting a lot of good feedback on the shows we've done so far. Thanks for watching. Make sure on the YouTube there, I am Mick Donato on the YouTube, and subscribe to my channel. And Danny, how do they do that? What's it cost? How's that work?
Actually, it's free. All you gotta do is
It's free. All the better.
You just gotta log into YouTube with your email, and then
You go into the YouTube, get your email, and subscribe, and you get all the shows. Doesn't cost anything, so that's great. On the Facebook there, I've been playing around on the Facebook, and best thing to do is friend me. Danny, do you know how that works? To friend?
No, I don't know a lot about Facebook.
Well, he's too young to be on the Facebook, but you can actually friend me on the Facebook. And look, it's not like we have to go camping together. We're just friends. I see your posts, you see mine, and that's how it works. So do that. It's mick.donato.79 on the Facebook and the Twitter. If you're not on the Twitter, get on there, at Mick Donato, and follow me. And folks, I need some followers. I only have a couple. So, follow me there, and it should be fun. So you'll get all of, my posts, updates from the show, and keep up with us here. It's going to be fun. I think we've started something good here. Speaking of that, changing things up a bit. As you can see, we have a second microphone of the chair. We've changed the background, all thanks to Danny, because today we have our first live guest. Danny, I say that, but
I know. I keep telling you this.
Is this really going to work?
I keep telling you, no one wants to be on the show.
Right,
we didn't give any.
Danny
this is the best we got.
Enough out of you. Danny is my talent booker, and we're trying to get some guests on the show, and you will see later, folks, just a few minutes, that it's a pretty interesting guest. So stay tuned for that. But before we get into that, I just want to know, Danny, your dad, Mark, where is he these days? What's he up to?
He's in London.
Ooh, London. Huh? London, yeah.
You're a loony.
Yeah. London, let's see there. That's, hello there, governor. Huh? Hello there. You like that, Danny?
No.
You like that? Would you like a spot of tea? You want a spot of tea with your biscuits, with your crumpets? Oh, I got one. Do you want to take the tube? Take the tube down to Piccadilly Circus. You know what the tube is there, Danny? The tube, that's what they call the subway. They're in London. And, something else there. Mind the gap. Mind the gap. They say that because they want you to be careful not to fall, between the train and the platform. There's a little gap there. Not quite the same on the T up in the city.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care. You could fall through the gap, and they will just scoop you up with a spatula.
Hey, Mick.
They don't care. So
I got a question to ask you.
yeah, what's that, Danny?
Last night, were you like crying super loud?
What do you mean crying?
It kept me awake a lot.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah. Sorry about that, Danny. I was very upset. Not because of what you might think, due to my recent divorce, but nevertheless, I was crying because I'm on the Twitter there. Yep.
You can act like a man.
I'll be honest. But I'm on the Twitter there, and I learned that Roseanne Barr, you know, who's a comic from way back, and her show, which they just restarted, it got canceled. Yeah, they canceled the Roseanne. And here's the thing. It was like one episode. It was so popular, they renewed it for the next season. But then she went on the Twitter, and as we've seen, Danny, when you go on the Twitter and you post something, she posted something about a woman. I don't remember her name. Sorry, don't recall. But she basically posted something that this lady resembles a character from the movie Planet of the not an ape, a character from Planet of the Apes. It was pretty insensitive, to be honest. It was pretty harsh, but you know, she got fired for that. The whole show done, and that's why I was upset, Danny. Yeah.
All right.
That was me. That was me last night. But it got me thinking. Go Pats. Got me thinking that it's not the first time a comic has made some, you know, comment about someone resembling something else. And there was this comic. He did a bit. God, I got to remember his name. Who was it there? Oh, Carlos Mencia. Yeah, Danny, go on the YouTube there.
Okay.
Google whatever, YouTube, Carlos Mencia, Obama, former president, God bless him, and bear with me, folks, Curious George. Folks, this is not political.
Curious.
This is not racist. This is just talking about the state of comedy. Because he did a bit, see if you can find that, Danny, and he did a bit where he basically said that Obama, former president, resembles... Danny, do you remember Curious George?
I mean, I know who that is. I don't remember watching
You
it
don't
when I was a
remember
kid, though.
watching Curious George?
I mean, I can't remember that
Oh, what
far
was your
back.
Mom and Dad doing?
I
Curious
know.
George.
I do remember. I just don't remember.
Yeah,
Like,
you
a
know,
vivid
everyone
image.
loves him.
He's
You know,
great.
he's a monkey, you know, but he's a cartoon. And did you find that clip, Danny?
Yeah, I think I got
Yeah,
it.
so bring it up there.
All right.
Bring it up there, and let's watch.
People think that
This-
I'll
there
just
it
say
is.
anything.
Uncensored.
That's not true. I
Danny,
censor
yeah.
myself all the time. Like the first time I saw Barack Obama, I had a thought. And I immediately went, I can't say that, man. People are going
He's
to
on there.
misconstrue what I'm saying, take it the wrong way,
He's
and
basically
use it in a way
saying
that I do
that,
not want anybody to use my words.
he wants
I
to
am
tell
not
a
going to
joke.
do it. But you know what I did?
Ain't nothing
I went
crazy.
to a Catholic
It's a joke,
church in
right.
East LA called Our Lady of Soledad on the corner
But
of
about
Ford
Obama.
and Cesar Chavez. I walked
And
in,
about,
I lit a candle to the Virgen Maria de Guadalupe, and I said, Virgen, I make
What
people
he's
laugh
saying
for a
is,
living.
yeah,
I
he
deserve
hopes
one
Obama gets
thing in my
elected,
life, and
which
this
he
is
did.
what I want.
If you don't
I want
know,
the black guy to become
elected
president. I don't care
first.
about his politics. Him winning, whether he sucks or not, is good for the country because it breaks
he's
the
talking
barrier.
about,
But I'm not going to lie to you. More importantly,
How
there's a joke that I
you'll see.
really want
Let's
to
just watch the
tell.
clip.
And I can't tell it unless he becomes president. And she made my wish come true.
Watch the
And
clip.
now
It's
I can
Carlos
say
Mencia,
that
not me.
Barack Obama looks like Curious
Not Roseanne.
George. I said it. And it's not because he's black.
Funny. This
It's
is what
because he's
I,
kind of yellow. He has the hairline and the ears. The ears make the outfit.
talked about.
All right, some of you people aren't laughing.
It's not
Close your
about
eyes.
race,
Close your
it's
eyes.
about just, you know,
What would you do if
Physical
Barack Obama
appearance.
walked onto this stage, followed by
do.
Vice President Joseph Biden, who is wearing
you
a
know,
yellow
someone
trench coat?
talks about Joe Biden, vice president there. Yeah, see?
You would laugh your ass
He
off.
came in, yellow. Remember the man
You would
in
be
yellow
sitting
hat,
there
Danny?
going, oh
Remember
my
that
God,
guy?
if during the speech the president actually
He was
says,
there.
I'm just curious.
Just curious.
Do you see how fun it is to laugh at this stuff?
I just think it's funny. All right, take that down, Danny. Take that down.
all right.
Enough out of that. All right. folks, again, not trying to be political or racist. Here's the thing. Carlos Mencia told that joke in a special. He didn't get fired. You know, well, actually, I think he is kind of an outcast in the comedy community. I think a lot of people accuse him of stealing jokes. It might not have been his bit. I don't know. But why did Roseanne get fired? I don't know. I don't care. I don't watch the show. But, folks, can we just lighten up here? It's a joke. Take it in context. I don't know. That's what I think. Here's the bigger problem. I'm talking to the networks now. I'm sure you're watching, listening, ABC, NBC, whatever. What are you doing trying to reboot all these shows? Can't you come up with some new shows, some new material? I mean, Roseanne was popular in the 90s, but come on now. Got to be some new content. Here's a show you should reboot. And Danny, you won't know this show at all, I'm sure, but All in the Family. Yeah. Carol O'Connor. Archie Bunker. Meathead. Yeah, Meathead's out there talking about this subject, actually. But, yeah, he was on the show, and pretty racy stuff. And if that show was on today, it wouldn't last 5 minutes on, where is it there? I have one, actually.
Oh, Archie.
It wouldn't last 5 minutes on the the network there. Because we're just too sensitive. Folks, get over yourself. It's a joke. Come on, have some fun. But I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a carpenter. And I like what I like. Let's move on to something else. So, I've been, hanging out here at Mark's house, sleeping in the cellar. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. But, I've been helping out with the kids, and we've been getting outside there. And actually, Danny, we had some fun outside the other day. But Danny took it upon himself to, I'll just say it, dig a hole in the front yard there. So, Danny, I sent you some.
Yeah, I got them
so
ready.
bring those up there.
Okay.
Yep. So there's Danny with his hole. There's another one. Yeah. There's one more. Yeah, there it is. Danny, what were you thinking when you dug that hole in your dad's front yard?
I was bored.
He was bored.
I was bored.
You were bored.
I was bored, so I dug a hole.
Bored, so you result to destruction of property. And digging a hole. I will say, Mark, if you're listening, I know you're in London, but I did help Danny fill the hole back in.
Yeah, we filled it back.
Put some loam on there. Put some, reseeded, so it's good to go. But Danny, just stop digging holes in your dad's yard for no reason. There we go.
I have to pee.
That's for you, Danny. The other thing, though, I've noticed, because what I do in the mornings, I get up, the kids are getting ready for school. I'm getting ready to go to work, and I have my coffee, and I go out, and I let the dog, Buddy, great dog. We've talked about him, Danny. Let him out, but he goes around the backyard there, and I've noticed that he's been getting some ticks. Yeah, some ticks on him. And he comes up. So you know what I do? This is what I did growing up, Danny. This is how we dealt with it. When I'd be, as a young kid down in Fall River playing out in the yard, and we get ticks on us. First of all, you have to pick them out. Do all that. But you know how we dealt with them, Danny?
How?
Yeah, we burned them. Yeah, that's what we did. We would take the tick, you get a lighter, and you basically catch it on fire. And you would submit that tick to an unholy, infernal death. that's what we did because, we didn't care. And I've been starting to collect the ticks I got off of a buddy, just so Mark knows. So, Danny, I sent you an image there on the Gmail of the little tick graveyard. Can you bring that up there?
All right.
Yeah, it's up there. So this is on your back deck. Yeah, there it is. So I started, to send a message to all the ticks in the backyard. This is what will happen to you. You get onto Buddy on Danny or Andy. I, Uncle Mick, I'm going to pull them off. I'm going to burn you, and you will suffer a horrible and painful fiery death. Yeah, there it is. R.I.P. All right, take that down, Danny. That's
All right.
Here we go. I don't know why I did R.I.P. It's rest in peace. I don't want to be. What's the opposite of peace, Danny?
Well, I don't know, like
What's the opposite?
war.
Not.
Yeah.
Do I say rest in war?
That seems about right.
I don't know, but I hate them. Hate ticks. But something else that we dealt with growing up, as a kid down there, we'd be playing in the yard. Apart from the ticks, because we weren't very clean. We'd eat dirt, basically. We would get dirt in our mouths, and when we come back at night and getting all cleaned up, we would have, and folks, maybe you remember, if you're about my age, mid-40s, I don't know, we would have what they call pinworms. Oof. Brutal. Yeah, it was brutal. And pinworms, what's basically a parasite, gets into your belly there. Danny, bring up, I sent you an image, I was preparing for the show, of a pinworm under a microscope there. Just
all
so
right,
people
that
can
one.
see.
All right.
You got that one? Yeah, there it is. So that, folks, is a pin. They're tiny, but you can see them. Maybe eighth of an inch, 16th of an inch, I don't know. But they're nasty. Okay, take that down, Danny. It's grossing me out.
Okay.
Take that down. But what would happen is I would come in from playing in the summer, and my mother, God rest her soul, she would, because she knew I was dealing with this, she would take a bobby pin, and I'm not going to say, where they go, but if you get my drift, they start in your belly there. She would take a bobby pin and, how shall I say, extract them. That's what she did. And I had a little microscope, because I was into that stuff as a kid. And believe it or not, there were times I'd put them on a slide and look at them under the microscope. That's what you saw. Danny just brought up there. But, yeah, it's pretty brutal. Yeah, I know. It's not good. But good news is, Danny,
Yeah.
for the folks there, go on the Google there
Okay.
and, search, I don't know, pinworms, what to do with them.
All
We're
right.
trying to educate you,
Like a
folks. We're
video?
trying to help you because I don't want your kids going through the same stuff.
Do you want a video or like an article?
Yeah, just an article or something.
All right.
You got something there?
Yeah.
All right, bring it up
all
there.
Right, I found something. Here you
Bring it up there, and there it is. Everything you need to know about pinworms, also known as threadworm. Didn't know that, but yeah, itchiness. Ooh, itch. Pretty bad. Thousands of eggs, symptoms. Yeah, keep scrolling there, Danny.
All right.
Going down there in this. Can you scroll?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Disturbed sleep, mild nausea, to say the least, severe loss of appetite. I never had loss of appetite. Maybe I need to get myself some pinworms because I could lose a couple of pounds. Whatever. Yeah, how to keep, what's it say? Do not shake things that may have eggs. How do you know? Well, you know, cotton gloves. Don't share towels, toothbrushes, yeah, whatever. I don't know. Take that down, Danny. That's enough.
right.
That's enough. But again, folks, the good news is if you get them, if your kids get them, there's ways to deal with it. But bottom line, tell your kids, and kids if you're watching, don't eat dirt. It's pretty simple. You know, when you're out there digging holes, like Danny was, just don't eat the dirt. You'll be fine. Wash your hands. All right. We're going to shift gears here. And as I said in the earlier part of the show, we have a special guest, a live guest. Danny, is this going to work?
It's the best we got. I don't know.
All right.
See.
So without further, ado, as they say, I want to welcome our first guest, Pirate Steve.
I'm Pirate Steve. Hello, I'm Pirate Steve. Yep, that's me.
All right. So this is our guest. Let me adjust your microphone there
Okay, thank you.
so we can hear you clearly. We can't otherwise. This is Pirate Steve.
Hello, Pirate Steve.
So, Pirate Steve, how did you get that name? Steve, not a real, piratey name.
Hey, you're not a very piratey name.
Well, I'm not a pirate. I'm a carpenter.
My parents gave it to me. I was born on a pirate ship.
All right. So, Pirate Steve, tell us a little bit about yourself there. What are you all about?
My name is Pirate
You
Steve.
got that.
I like beer.
You like beer. Apparently
really
you
like
brought your own beer.
Yes.
Not
Can you
sure if
put
that's
that
good
in
for the
my
show.
mouth?
It's a family show, but I have some questions here. Folks, just bear with me here. So, all right, Pirate Steve, question.
Yeah.
Where have you plundered?
What? Plundered? What? I'm a pirate, not a plumber, idiot.
Yeah, I didn't
Plundered?
say plunger. I said plundered.
Plunger. What?
All right, that's enough.
I don't know what that means.
Let's move on to the next question, Pirate
Okay.
Steve. So, you're a pirate out there on the seven seas, as they say. When you're out there, what do you like to eat? What's your favorite food, Pirate Steve?
I want to say beer, like I got here, but
Beer. Well, some people.
that's not really
beer's a
that's
food.
not really a food. It's more like a
Alcoholic.
beverage.
Yeah.
So, if I have to say food, I'd probably go with pirate's booty.
Pirate's booty. The snack. Didn't know they had that. On the open sea.
Pirate
All right. Pirate Steve.
booty.
Another question. I'm sure all the listeners want to know because you're a pirate. Do you have a buried treasure somewhere?
Oh yes, I've buried. Okay, so I buried a lot of treasure in my days, but
Can you tell us
the
where?
best one was when I treasured a big chest of beer.
Just a beer.
Yes.
So you have
This is
beer
the most important treasure you can
buried
have.
somewhere. It's probably not good, beer.
Actually,
Is
but
it
right
cold?
after I buried it, I dug it right back up and I drank it.
They
Like,
drank
I
it
couldn't
all.
help
So
myself.
I'm thinking maybe that's why Danny was digging a hole the other day. He was trying to bury some treasure. All right, we got to wrap this up. Pirate Steve, one last question. So a lot of families, kids are watching. Do you have any advice, for the kids today, who maybe want to get into, being a pirate or whatever? What advice do you have for them?
Take everything for yourself. Drink a lot of beer, and that's it.
So you're saying be selfish and be an alcoholic. That's what you're saying.
Yes. exactly.
Kids, don't drink beer.
Drinking beer is the key
drink
to happiness.
root beer even. Don't drink too much. It's full of sugar. Not good for you. All right. I think that's enough for our first guest. Pirate Steve, any last words before we go?
I really like beer.
All right, we got that. All right.
I wanna-
Pirate
can you-
Steve, thank you for coming on the show.
Can you put
See you later.
my beer in my mouth?
All right, there you go. Take your beer.
Thank you very much.
Get out of here. Oh, my goodness. Danny,
Yeah,
we can't keep doing this.
I know. Hopefully, next time we'll be able to have someone who's a person and not a puppet.
All right. So, folks, we'll see how that goes. Folks, it's about time to wrap up. As we always say at the end, go on the YouTube there, Mick Donato on YouTube. Subscribe. Doesn't cost anything, apparently. And you can follow me there and get all the videos. We're going to put about one out a week. That's the plan, as long as Danny's schoolwork doesn't interfere. On the Twitter, at Mick Donato. Again, follow me, and we'll be posting things from the show there. And you'll see me tweeting every once in a while. And finally, on the Facebook, Mick.Donato.79. And friend me. Let's be friends. Why not? And then you can make sure you get all the posts and keep up with everything going on with the show. Danny, any last things to say before we wrap up today?
Hopefully, next time we have an interview, it won't be a puppet.
Yeah.
That's all I have
Actually,
to say.
Danny, you know what I'd love to do?
What?
I would love to get your mom
My mom.
on the show.
I mean,
She's awesome.
Maybe I can do that. I could.
Yeah,
ask
she
her.
would. If I can get her on the show and talk to her.
She doesn't like you though.
Well, she doesn't dislike me. She's just whatever. We have our differences, but she's been very sweet and very graceful as I've been staying with you. And so we'll try to get on the show. I think that's it for this episode. Folks, thanks so much. Stay tuned for the next one. And until we see you next time, take care.
Bye-bye.
This has been the Mick Donato Show.